Good morning, children. Today I am going to tell you about chapter 2, that is physical features of India. Before starting with the physical features, children, tell me what are the physical features? Some of the physical features are mountains, plateaus, plains, deserts, coastlines, etc. So these are the physical features of India. Do you know, children, how these physical features are formed? Yes. So today I am going to tell you the different theories about the formation of these physical features. First of all, I am going to tell you, children, about the formation of the mountains, and that too the famous mountain of our country, the Himalayas. So to explain the formation of Himalayas, I'll discuss the continental drift theory first. This theory was given by Alfred Wegener in 1915. He says that there was a supercontinent called Pangaea, surrounded by a mega ocean called Pathalasa, means all water. This Pangaea slowly started drifting some 200 million years ago in the Jurassic period, leading to formation of Laurasia and Gondwana land. According to him, children, these continents are drifting and forming continents, and there are certain evidences in support of this theory. Here, children, you can see the world map, the shoreline of South America, Africa and India. They have an unmistakable match, which means that the coasts of these continents were once joined together, and rocks at both the coasts of Atlantic Ocean are identical, and the marine deposits along Africa and South America are of Jurassic age, and they suggest that oceans did not exist prior in that time. Now children, this will be more clear through this picture, that is drifting of landmass. This picture shows the drifting of Pangaea and forming Laurasia and Gondwana land, and this drifting continued, and at last this one shows the present state of continents. That is, children, we see all the continents here in this picture, which we see on the world map today. Now this picture is just a repetition of the theory, giving a comparative view of the before and after of disintegration of Pangaea. Here, children, this shows a timeline of the breaking up of the Pangaea into different land masses on a geological time scale. Now, this theory, children, given by Alfred Wegener, was not accepted widely and had certain gaps in it, the missing parts in it. So it was rejected. So we can say that this is not the real reason behind the evolution of continents. Wegener did not have an explanation for how continents could move around the planet, but researchers do now. Then what is it? So we can say that there is some other theory behind it, and to find out this, we'll move on to another theory, that is the theory of plate tectonics. This was given by Parker and McKenzie. They said that it is not the landmass that is moving, It is the plates that are moving. So, to understand this more clearly, we brush up our basics. That is, we'll learn about the three different plate boundaries. The first is divergent boundaries, second is transform, and third is convergent. Now children, what is divergent plate boundaries? These are the plate boundaries in which the plates, they move away from each other, and transform boundaries in which the plate, they slide past each other, and the convergent plate boundaries, here they move towards each other, and this shows the movement of plate boundaries. So this is children just the repetition or the quick review of what I have told you about the divergent plate boundary, the convergent plate boundary, and transform plate boundary. Now we'll begin with the formation of Himalayas. As I have told you before that there are certain theories behind it. So with the help of this map and certain other pictures, I'll make it clear about the formation of Himalayas. So the process of building of Himalayas began with the movement of plates according to the theory of plate tectonics, in which the Indian plate and Eurasian plate started moving towards each other, leading to the building up of Himalayas. This picture shows that when the two plates, they moved towards each other, they exerted a compressive force, and there was sea in between, which got filled up with the sediments. Children, do you know what are sediments? Sediments are the small rocks, pebbles, which are brought down by the rivers, fast flowing rivers, and they are deposited, accumulated here on the seabed. Now these sediments eventually started folding, leading to the rise of Himalayas and the phenomena of folding up of sediments. Now here we see that the Indo-Australian plate, also called the Indian plate, moving towards the Eurasian plate, leading a force of compression which leads to folding and forming of Himalayas. Here children, what I have explained you just now, that is Indian Australian plate and this Eurasian plate, they started exerting a compressive force, started leading and folding of the Himalayas. Now here is the physical map of India, which shows the division of the Himalayas, and this is the first, second and third division, which I am going to tell you right now. The first is Great Himalayas, and below it we have, just below it we have the Middle Himalayas or the Himachal, and then we have the southernmost part, that is known as the Shivalik ranges, and above Great Himalayas we have the Trans Himalayas, which includes the ranges of Karakoram, Ladakh and Zanskar. Children, this picture shows a clear view of the West-East division of Himalayas. In this picture, you can go through the map and identify the popular peaks in the Himalayas. Now children, this picture shows the regional division of Himalayas, that is Punjab Himalayas, Kumaon Himalayas, Nepal Himalayas and Assam Himalayas. Punjab Himalayas, they lie between the rivers Indus and Satluj. Kumaon Himalayas, they lie between Satluj and Kali. Nepal Himalayas, they lie between Kali and Tista. and Assam Himalayas, they lie between Tista and Brahmaputra rivers. So this is the regional division of the Himalayas, children. Now you can once again go through this map, which makes a clear picture of the West East division of Himalayas, that is Punjab, Kumaon, Nepal and Assam. Now this is a final topic and the main division. The first is the Great Himalayas or the Himachal. Then second, under it is the Middle Himalaya or the Himachal, children. And under it we have the Shivalik range. So the Himalayas consist of three main parallel ranges, that is the Shivalik range or the Outer Himalayas, and this is the southernmost range. Then second is the Lesser Himalaya and or the Middle Himalaya or the Himachal. This is the range lying between the north of the Shivalik hills. Then the topmost is the Great Himalaya or the Himadri or the Himalayas, and this is the northernmost range of the Himalayas. And children, do you know this is covered with the ice, with the snow all through the year, and all the highest mountain peaks, that is the Mount Everest, Kanchenjunga, they all are found in this Great Himalayas only. I hope you all have understood the formation of the Himalayas, how they are formed, and also its different divisions. That's all for today. Thank you.